My life used to be like black and white TV, and now it is like full HD, all colors, flat screen TV. And this is what my clients are saying after they've been working together on their style. This client was also saying that I used to go to the shop and try on everything, like literally everything in my size, because I had no idea what works for me, if I can look good in that, what is my style, what is my direction. I had no clue about that. So shopping was frustrating, time consuming, money consuming, like energy consuming, everything. It was like a source of frustration. I wanted to look great, had no idea how to do that. So that's why I spent so much of everything, of all my resources, my precious resources, to try to figure out. So meet Bharti, my wonderful client from the Middle East. She is a mother, she's a teacher as well, and she's an incredible woman. She joined my signature program Style Accelerator at the beginning of the year, even though she was very skeptical, because for her it's been a journey. She's been on a journey to trying to figure out, how can I look the way I feel inside? How can I be in my power? How can I express myself? How can I fit in this society here, which is like high society, people judge you by the cover. So it is important for me to look great, not only for my own self-image, even though that is fundamental of how I feel, how I like my reflection in the mirror, but also because I want to fit in this new environment. So how I can make it easier for myself. So she reached out. She was very skeptical about joining the program and working together, because she already has been through quite a few programs, and she thought, okay, I've done this and this and that, did not work for me. This is another online course. That's what she thought. How is it different? How is it really going to help? How is it really going to work for me? But she decided to pull the trigger, and she never looked back, because now this time it finally works for her. And that is because of this unique process that we have as a foundation in Style Accelerator, because of this unique framework that I teach my clients and walk my clients through step by step in Style Accelerator. And then she was able to leave your amazing transformation. You will see your incredible before and after, like you won't believe your eyes. And ultimately, I want you to hear it in her own words, how she was able to change your reality around your style, self-image, your expression, how it is easy for her, how it is enjoyable for her to get dressed for, how it is fun and inspiring for her to shop as well, and to create the image that she wants to convey. So she's sharing all of that. And ultimately, especially if you're a mom and if you're thinking, oh, I don't have the time, I don't deserve that, I am busy, or anything like that, I especially want you to listen in, because Bharti is a mom and she is an incredible woman, and she was able to go and work through all these kind of roadblocks and limiting beliefs and create this amazing reality with your style now and make it work for her. She's a lot on the go. She has very active lifestyle. So listen in and inspire yourself. So could you tell me, Bharti, like when you look back, why originally you wanted to work on your style? Like basically why you signed up for the program? What was your motivation to work on your style?
My biggest motivation was that I felt that I was a very stylish person. It didn't look like that on the outside, but on the inside, I was stylish. Like I could tell this is good style, or I could criticize or critique somebody and say, something is off with this, and maybe she shouldn't do this, or maybe she should pull up her sleeve. I had bits and pieces, and I could put together a good outfit. Like I could buy a good skirt and after 5 years find the matching top. But I couldn't put together an outfit. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what looked good on me. And there was this big difference between my inner self and outer self. Outwardly, I looked so frumpy. I didn't make time to dress up, or if I did, then I took like 2 hours. I was that girl where, people say, oh, women take so long to get dressed, and, men are dressed long ago, or they're waiting. You have this meme of a man waiting in a skeleton for his wife to get ready. So I could put things together, but it took me very long time. And that was very frustrating. Time is money and it's a resource. And so this was frustrating. And there were a lot of frustrations. Also, the biggest reason was to level up. I've moved recently to Qatar, where people have a level of affluence that is not known commonly in Europe or in America. It's unseen. You have to be here to experience what affluence means. to be able to move around in this kind of a society and to be able to come across as credible in my workplace and match up with the people. And I had a lot of disadvantages. Like here, for example, they prefer people from the UK, or they prefer people from Europe who are in like positions of importance. So to kind of break through that barrier, I had to kind of come across as well put together. And so this is what I was looking for when I was signing up for the course.
Nice. And I think just before you said that for you, style ultimately became like the fastest way to level up and to kind of like join this society, to be like taken in seriously, like you said.
Yeah, you don't, like, one thing that I learned is you don't have to have the money to be stylish. Like, people here have so much money, they can afford everything. They can afford a Chanel bag, Versace, sunglasses, everything, right? And I can't afford all of that. But I can still be stylish. And through style, I cannot match up with their money, but I can match up with their style just by being well put together, just through my outfits. And yeah, there were simple tips and tricks that I picked up in the course. It's so easy to come across just as well groomed as them.
It's interesting, yeah. And so when you were thinking about like joining Style Accelerator, I know you joined my webinar, right? You were in the like masterclass with me. What were your like fears or concerns about joining this program, whether it's going to work for you or not work? Because I know you were always working on you're a woman who are into personal development. I know you're taking a lot of courses. So what were your like fears and concerns when you were thinking about Style Accelerator?
Oh my God, I had so many concerns. And I never told you this, but like, obviously, I was kind of following you. At some point, you turned up on Instagram and you were making these regular updates. So I was following you, and you had a lot of interesting things to say, but these were like small half-minute videos. And what had happened before this is that I sort of worked with two stylists. One was here locally, and I didn't go through with her. And thank God I didn't go through with her, because she wouldn't turn up on time for appointments, or she would not put on her video. Then there was another one who kind of, at the end of all the money that I paid, I had hired her on Instagram. So she just sent me a PDF, and that was that. And I was like, okay. I mean, I can get this information on the web that this kind of dresses suit me or that suits me. And so I felt like I had been ripped off by this person, and I was very scared going into a course with you. And what I also did, and you don't know this, Nina, but I checked on the people who were following you and liking you, and I contacted one of these people to find out if they are in a course with you. I asked them very long conversations with this girl. It was a woman in America, and she had done this course, and I asked her, so how was your experience? And she told me that she had not completed the entire thing, and that was like on her. She didn't complete the whole thing. She didn't do the exercise. So I was like, oh my God, one more online course where, I'm just not going to go through it. What really works in this course, and that's also what that woman said to me, is that you turn up. You turn up for every week, you turn up. And in comparison to my previous, like these two other women that I worked with, I felt you worked just as hard as I worked. It's like hard-earned money for each one of us. It's hard-earned money, and you always, I think you're aware of that this is an investment for each one of us. And I think you work harder than each one of us. I think there were times where you remembered what dresses I had rather than me remembering. You're like, oh, but that white pant, you can wear it with that. Oh, but you have this. My biggest fear was that an online course would not work, but meeting you online, I think this course is so personalized that you're there and you guide. And I think that like it's 100%. If people put in the work, then they get the benefits. There's no two ways about it. Another fear that I had, I think, was influencers. Like you came across initially as an influencer. You had this rich life, and I was like, she doesn't know anything about my life. I'm a simple person. And so I was like, I think, like, I always ask myself, would I go out for a coffee with this person? Because it's so personal. Like, if I don't like you, if I don't like your style, if I don't get along with you, or who you are. And so that is why I came to the webinar, and that was, I think I signed up immediately. I felt like you were very down to earth. You were somebody I could talk to. You were somebody who really had their feet well on the ground. It was just like you understood that not all of us are going to buy Christian Dior, or we're not going to buy like expensive stuff. It was not about that. And that was important for me to know. And because all the influencers I follow, I mean, they seem to have unlimited money, or maybe the brands are giving them stuff for free, or yeah, they're wearing all these clothes that look great, but I can't afford them. I'm never going to be able to afford this. It's not going to be sustainable. Maybe one outfit I can buy, but not a whole wardrobe. And so for me, that was very important that I connected with you.
I didn't know that you Googling around and like talking to my real
Yeah. I did the whole stalking program. I kind of did my homework on you. I did my research on you. I mean, it's important for me. I think also one of the most influential pictures for me was, you standing in this cross-legged with this hat in a winter outfit, and you were looking good. You were well dressed, you had put an effort, but looking at you then and looking at you now, I was like, yeah, it's totally possible, but how? What is missing? Like, I want to know what it takes. If she's done the work, if she's done this, how do I get there? She knows the answers. It was very clear. You knew what it takes. And I had signed up for another course as well, by the way. I can't name names, but this person is very famous and has a lot of followers on Instagram, on YouTube. And she also suggests a lot of things. She's like, wear, nude colors if you want to look rich, wear light colors, wear natural materials. And I started implementing all of these things. And now, I have expensive things that are nude colors that are not my colors. And these clothes are there because I feel bad to throw them away. And it still didn't work. No, I was still wearing white. I was wearing these posh colors. I was wearing these posh materials, but it still didn't look right. So yeah, I think I had a lot of concerns. But now my biggest regret is that I should have done this course maybe 20 years ago or 10 years ago. And I would have saved so much money because, buying an expensive dress is not the problem. Buying the wrong expensive dress, or even buying the wrong cheap dress, is the problem. When you're buying an expensive dress, it's an investment. If you're going to wear it 100 times, it's worth it if you're going to look good in it every time you wear it. I think it's wrong if you buy an expensive dress without like knowing how often or where you will wear it. Or like now after this course, I bought my first designer shoes. I bought them on sale. I bought them from Valentino. I bought purple color, this rock stud, and I know it's not a mistake. I know I will wear it with everything. I know it matches with a majority of my wardrobe. And yeah, now people come to me for advice. These people who were telling me, yeah, no, it's not looking good. Now they ask me, especially what color, what is related to color, for example. I think everybody kind of hones on to one part of the module, and I mastered the color module. Like, I know what works for me so well. I mean, maybe I can't tell it for another person, but for me, I can tell you 100% like what would work for me or what wouldn't work for me.
So, and then coming to Style Accelerator, your journey in the program, can you share a bit? What were the most important like takeaway lessons for you? What has changed for you?
Everything has changed. Everything has changed. I think like my pictures, you can see I'm so excited. I think I was on another online course where this lady asked me to share my experience, and I started talking, and they were like, oh my God, look at how her eyes light up when she talks about Nina. And I was like, yeah, I gained so much from this course. I think, it's so wrong when people say your clothes don't matter. Everybody thinks, there are some people who think you should not waste time on dressing up. You should not waste time, but that does not mean you can't turn up stylish or you can't turn up like well put together. One of the things that I felt in your course was that, like I said, I felt like I was stylish, but I was still not looking stylish. I was not looking like one of these Instagram influencers, but I somehow knew I was stylish. And I think the way I can compare your course is like to an artist or a sculptor. the ideas are all mine. The dresses, the outfits I create are not yours now. You didn't give them to me. I created them, but I didn't have the tools before, you know? Like it's as if you gave me the brushes and the paints and like you gave me a training. But now the outfits I create, the style I create is my own. The sculpture, the painting is my own. And you gave us the tools. So which is why we don't come out looking like clones of you. I mean, each one of us in the course has developed their own style. And I find that quite impressive. Like, you know, I still look like me, but a much better version of me. And look, each one of us has a very different vision board. We've come up with a very different version of our own style.
Yeah.
And the end effect for each one of us is different. And I find that so amazing about this course. So initially, what I had done was like, you know, the Steve Jobs or what Mark Zuckerberg style, you make a uniform, you wear the same thing every day because you don't want to have a decision making fatigue in your work because there's so many things you're doing. Also, as a mom, I'm a teacher. I want to be comfortable. So, but it doesn't mean I have to compromise on style. So I found that I can put everything together. I don't have to wear high heels. Of course, if I wear high heels, it's more elevated, but I don't have to. If I want to look tall, if I want to look slim, I can look a particular way. I can be comfortable, and all while I still wear the right colors. I wear something that is flattering my figure. I mean, I think it's so important how you look, how you dress. People judge you in every second, whether it's at the airport, whether it's at my work. I know for sure that when I'm dressing a particular way, how I'm coming across. To have this knowledge, to know, okay, when I dress like this, if I want to dress feminine, if I want to dress sexy, sometimes I was just dressing, but I didn't know how I'm coming across. And there have been times where I felt like, the world is so unfair. Like I'm definitely more competent than her. I don't understand. And now looking back, I know why somebody was preferred over me, or how clothing really matters. It just matters so much. I'm treated in a completely different way. It's like so remarkable at the airport, you know, like the way people like talk to me is completely different. The way they approach me is different. And of course, it doesn't hurt to get like a million compliments from like my Instagram, and my WhatsApp is like full of compliments. I've sent you 1,000 of these screenshots and another 1,000 I haven't sent you. So yeah, it's like always, you know, fire, fire, and hearts, hearts, and everybody going, like not just men, it's also women. And you know, when women give you compliments, you know, it's like a really true compliment. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, no, I think it's just so much has changed. I think the biggest frustration I had was before the course, I could go in a store and I would try out everything that was in my size. And I would buy, if something fit, I would buy it. If it didn't look too bad or it didn't look too weird, I would just buy it. And I would always go when there were discounts. I would always buy black. And it was so frustrating because, like, you know, like whoever I went with for shopping, if I went with a friend or anybody, they would be sitting there and, you know, they would be waiting for 3 hours with a book or something while I tried on everything. I didn't know whether I looked good or not. I have a 7-year-old son. I would ask him, what do you think? Do you think it looks good? Should mama buy this? And it's so stupid. I mean, like my 7-year-old son was deciding yes or no. And he, of course, wants me to dress like, you know, the Disney princesses or something. He wants me to wear pink and have blue hair and wear all the while red lipstick, high heels. So, I mean, it didn't work quite well. But this frustration of time, I mean, now it's phenomenal. I walk into a store, I try maybe one thing, and I can totally not buy it, or I can choose. I'm like, do I want to buy it at this price? How often am I going to wear it? Yeah. And it's like style is this muscle that, you know, you exercise every time. You don't have to buy. There are times where I walk out without buying anything, and that's like unknown for me. If I go, I would just buy to make myself feel good, and I don't have to do this anymore. Like buying fewer pieces, but better pieces that would align with my life or with my lifestyle. It's just very different how I purchase.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. But I think you also did an amazing job, like putting the wardrobe together, like efficient wardrobe, not just like, oh, now I have a few outfits that work. It's just like really putting the whole system together.
There's this one module in the course where we kind of empty our wardrobes and do this Mary Kondo. Like we go through everything, we ask ourselves if we need it. And I think I ended up emptying my wardrobe. A lot of people were like, oh, like you really emptied your wardrobe. Like I threw away so much. Like I threw away 2 suitcases full of clothes, and that was a lot. You also, you remember, you said, I didn't know you have such few clothes. And you know what? It didn't hurt because I knew I'm not going to wear this anyways. Like, had I done it at an earlier point in time, I would have been like, oh, am I going to wear this? Am I not going to wear this? Am I throwing away something good? Or after throwing away, I would have been like, no, now I would have loved to have that white top. Now I don't have it. So I was not unsure. It was very decisive. I knew this one has holes. This one looks worn out. This one, I have 3 of them. So it was very decisive.
Great. Yeah. So do you have any words for women who are thinking of joining the program? Because I think actually there is such a big misconception that like some of us are a little bit more interested in style and fashion, but majority of women, and like was me as well, that like, yeah, I like to look good, but like I don't want to do like the whole course and like work on my style and have it like kind of take my life over. But I think it's actually when you don't know how it all works and like what works for you, you are actually like this style and fashion takes your life over because you have to get dressed every morning anyways. You still have to shop for clothes anyways. And when you don't know how to do that, that's what you said. You spend 2 hours every morning, like, and then it kind of more and more over the years. And then you buy stuff, like it's time and money, like so much wasted over the years versus when you go through the program one time, like do the work, and then you're kind of like set for life, right? There's the skill.
Absolutely. Well, I would tell them you have a choice. You can, with the time and resources and the money, whatever you have, with the makeup you have, with the looks you have, you can either choose to turn up like looking normal or look fantastic. It's entirely up to you. With the same resources, you choose. Do you want to look bad? Do you want to look good? And with this course, you can choose to look fantastic. It's entirely up to you. And I feel like this course is not like dramatic. Like it's life-changing for me. Yes, it's life-changing because I turn up as a completely different person. I'm so happy in the morning. I get up because I have to get dressed. I get up like I really get up with full energy. And I think anybody can contact me personally as well, like just like I contacted this woman. And I can tell you, like, this is like my honest opinion. The reason I tag you is because this is my own little way of giving back, because I gained so much from this course, Nina. I really, really endorse your work because I believe in it, because I've gained so much from it. This course does not take so much effort. Like I went through it. I mean, there are 4 or 5 modules, and the big benefit was when you join for this entire Style Accelerator course and not pieces, is that when you add new modules, I mean, it's also accessible to me, and that's so kind of worth all the money, it's like adding more and more. And I think there are some modules that I have not done, and I want to go back to it again and like see things that I missed. And it's not so dramatic. Like it wasn't like so much work. I'm a teacher. I have a job. I have a house. I have a kid. I work, and I also work freelance. So I have my normal job, but I give tuitions as well. And so I could do this course despite all this. I also travel, so I can still do it. You can do it. It's a big loss. It's a big loss if you don't do it. If it's like I would feel bad. Like I would gift this course. Like if I had to make a gift, I would gift this course to all my family. This is the kind of gift that I could give. I feel like the earlier you do it, the better. They just need to look at it as an investment. It's just like getting opportunities, getting chosen. Like I had this a press conference that I did with Lothar Matthäus. Do you know he was like the team captain of Germany in '91 when Germany won the World Cup? So I was his interpreter, and
Wow.
it's not for nothing, like I come across as somebody serious. I get like job opportunities because people meet me. They want to engage with me. Everything about this course was pure joy. I love shopping. I think it also clarifies. Do you remember the beginning when I said my inner self and outer self didn't match? Is when you did that pin board with us, when you did those exercises, it was just so clear. I was like, oh, I want to look this way, but I buy these kind of t-shirts. Of course, I'm not looking like this. If I'm buying a t-shirt with Mickey Mouse, I'm not going to look serious and professional. Go figure, I'm not going to get the job that I want because I don't look like it with a Mickey Mouse t-shirt.
Yeah, and I think also one thing that you told me many times, like during our private chat, that the live calls were like had the biggest impact for you because like, yeah, the program itself is great, but then I think you showed up all through the calls all the time, and this is what made the like really big difference for you. And it's not like just online course. Style Accelerator is a system with this live support.
This live support is everything. I think if the course was just online by itself, it's very effective. But you turning up, not just me turning up, you turning up on these live calls makes all the difference because we get very personalized one-on-one. It's like a group call, but it's still one-on-one. We go one by one, and I have the access to send you messages on the platform, and you give me individualized feedback. I mean, this is very specific. The course could be an online course, but it's a very personalized course. It's just that you are in a different country. That's it. Like, I don't see any other difference. The stores are all online as well. I mean, everything is on the internet these days. So if I buy a Zara top, I can send you the top. I can send you the picture. That's what all of us have been doing, and being like, hey, Nina, what do you think of this dress? And we get such individualized feedback. What looks good on me doesn't necessarily look good on somebody else. This is, I think, you turning up on the calls. And that's also what, the other woman told me. She turns up on the calls. She turns up, and that makes such a big difference. And I think it's a very powerful course. For anyone who chooses to take it, they can look forward to being completely different. They can really look forward to this metamorphosis. My pictures, I don't know if you can put up my pictures. You can see some of these pictures, those outfits that you put. I have purchased those outfits. I owned them. Now I got rid of them, of course. And that's how I looked. And your course also has this module about makeup and hair. And I feel like that kind of pulls it all together. It's just not just the clothes, but also, investing a little bit on grooming. And the course has that as well. And so when I put all of that together, I mean, the pictures speak for themselves. I have this outfit of the day that I post every day. And my Instagram is open. Anybody can look on what I do and how I've benefited, or what was my past self.
Your outfits are amazing, but also I think the big change of what you were saying as well, like it's not just the outer appearance, it's just how it makes you feel. And like, I think a lot of people also notice, oh, like she's shiny, she looks happy. But this is because like, this is how you start to feel.
Yeah, it is definitely a big difference. It makes your style definitely impacts you as a person. It has an impact on how happy you feel. I earlier, like, I'm Indian, right? So we wear by default, we wear a lot of colors. But at a certain point, I started believing, oh, I have to just wear black and white. To be serious, I have to wear just black. And most of my outfits turn black, and I gave up color. And to have color back in my life now, it's just like, exchanging your black and white TV for a color TV or a why should you watch life in black and white? You shouldn't do that. You should live life in color, live life in HD. And for me, you've seen the amount of red I have now. It's like half my wardrobe is red, orange, hot colors. And I'm not scared of hiding behind black and white and grays and blending in the background. I'm happy to stand out. I'm happy to be there. Yeah, just body shapes, colors. I've profited so much from this course.
Thank you, Bharti. That was amazing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you sharing all of that. I love the analogy, what you said. I never heard it before. Like, I think it's so correct. Like, yeah, like living with a black and white TV and then turning it all in color. That's such a great analogy. Yeah. Thank you. That's all that I wanted to ask you, honestly. All right. I hope you really enjoyed this video. It has been really, really insightful. And Bharti is such a pleasure to work with, to talk to. So I hope you got inspired as well. I hope you find yourself in a situation that you are inspired to check out, okay, how I can make myself this a reality as well. So if you would like to take the next step, I really invite you to check my signature program, Style Accelerator. What you can do, you can go to ninawalder.com/Style Accelerator, and then you can apply and you will be able to watch my advanced training on 3-step unique framework on how my clients are able to live this transformation. So I will walk you through this framework. You'll be able to see how you can make style easy, efficient, functional for you, how you can make it work for you. So you need to apply. It's a very quick and easy application. It's totally free to apply. And if your application is accepted, you will get access to this training. You'll be able to watch this training. You'll be able to educate yourself and also get to learn more in depth how we can work together, if this program might be a good fit. Or if you have any questions right now, please comment under this video and I will be happy to help. And I really hope to see you in this advanced training, Strategic Style, to which you can apply, and it will really be very useful for you. Okay, see you there.